Good morning, guys. What's going on? This is a bit of a different vibe to my usual videos. Usually I'm already at workshop and stuff, but I thought I'm sat in traffic this morning. It's a miserable Monday morning. Thought I'd do a little bit of an intro to the video. So what's my plan of today then? Plan of today is we're on part 10 now. I'm this close to completion on this build. Feels like it's took forever, but in reality, and I've only been doing it for like maybe 3 months, something like that. It feels like it's been 3 years. I mean, I know a lot of people do take years to do a build, but yeah, it feels like it's took forever. But anyway, today's plan is fuel system and get that throttle pedal in. Once that throttle pedal's in, that's another mountain that I've overcome, because then I've kind of really done an interior, other than wiring obviously, but I've kind of done an interior then for fab stuff. I need to plate the old back up, what I made it in bulkhead. Other than that, yes, fuel system today. So I've got an RS turbo fuel tank, which has got an inbuilt swirl pot. That's today's job. That'll bolt straight up. I've already had a quick look at it. That'll bolt straight up, no problems. Then we've got to mount our pump. Not sure where I'm going to mount the pump at the moment. It could be mounted underneath the car, or I'm going to put it in spare wheel well. Benefits to both. If I mount it underneath the car, I can keep spare wheel. As we know, spare wheels are handy. If I do get a puncture, it's nice to have a spare wheel. But downfall to that is I don't really want the pump underneath the car getting absolutely battered by weather and water and stuff. Obviously, I do live in UK. It is wet. It's not a dry climate here. So I don't really want the pump underneath getting battered by water, because the electrical connections are they're like a universal connection. They have got rubber boots, but they don't look all that amazing. I'd feel much happier if it were in boot. So I think that's what I'm going to try and do. I think I'm swaying towards that idea. I think I'm going to probably get rid of spare, mount it in boot. It's safe then, it's out of elements and stuff. I have got to run the 2 litre TFSI fuel filter because it's got an inbuilt regulator. I mean, aftermarket options would have been available, but I'm just thinking for servicing wise, if it's just so simple that I use everything on snap fit connectors, I can literally just ring up and order a 2 litre TFSI fuel filter and swap it out. It's that easy. If you've watched all my other videos, you've kind of noticed I've stick with that vibe throughout this build. I've tried to keep everything on OEM parts, engine mounts, everything, just because if anything fails, I can just ring up and order one. Whereas if I'm buying universal bits from here, there and everywhere, it makes it a nightmare if anything fails, especially for a new owner. I won't keep this car forever. I'll have a bit of fun in it and probably move it on. But yeah, so especially for the next owner of this car, it'll be so much easier for them for maintenance. If anything ever breaks, a lot of it is just standard parts that I've adapted. So that's the plan. I'm going to probably mount the pump in the boot with the filter in the boot, and then run the lines through the back of the boot floor and blah 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 wherever they're going. Cool. Yeah. What a miserable start to the morning though. Absolutely hammering it down. I'm sat in a ton of traffic. Not a good start to the day. Anyway, let's cut to me at work. In today's episode, we're going to finally get that throttle pedal in, and we're going to get this fuel tank mounted up. So, new fuel tank come. There's a few differences on it, so we're going to have a look at it together, see what differences we've got, and try and figure it out. Let's have a look. So initially, just looking at it, the fuel tank looks identical, but it's not. There is some subtle changes, some differences. So let's run over them. This is the rear tank on both of them. So here, you'll notice we have got an outlet, what we haven't got on this tank. That's because this is a carburetor tank, this is a fuel injection. So what's different about a fuel injection tank? Let me try and show you. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I'm just going to shine light inside this one. I don't know if you're going to be able to see in there. Hopefully. Can you see that there's absolutely nothing in there? It's just an empty tin can, essentially. Alright, now let's look in the turbo one and see what's different. You'll see we've got a little pot in there, a little swirl pot. So what's that swirl pot do? The job of that swirl pot is on a turbo engine. Fuel's going to be experiencing more G-force, and it's to stop fuel sloshing around in tank and run it pump dry, essentially. Or that's my understanding of it anyway. So it's to stop the pump running dry. Also, this new outlet here is our new fuel outlet to us pump. So when you're on boost, all fuel flies to back at tank, as outlet's never going to run dry. Other than that, we've got another outlet on this side. We've got this one here on this side. So this is the front of the tank. So I'm just taking an educated guess that that's a fuel return line, because we haven't got one on this tank. So that to me looks like a fuel return line. So let's go over other outlets. What else have we got? This one, I think, is like your tank vent, what goes to filler cap. So when you're filling up, that lets air escape, lets you fill tank. This one is a fume vent, so that just goes up to like the tank filler cap, and then it comes down to like some little cap thing. That is probably where I'll need to connect my evap to if I'm going to run it. Other than that, this tank's exactly the same. It's got the same fume vent, and it's got the same, I don't know what you call that one, for letting air escape. Sweet. Here I've got a new seal, and I've got my original sender. Now, one problem I'm not sure of at the moment, the original sender has got the pipes on it. So I no longer need them pipes anymore because I'm going to run the outlet on the back at fuel tank. So I'm thinking just pull that filter off, squeeze that tight together with grips, and just pulse the end of it together with TIG welder. Same with that one up there, just weld ends of them shut, because I've not really any use for them now. Other option would be put some pipe on there, put a bolt in it or something, but it's a bit cowboy that in it, it's a bit redneck. I don't really want to do that, so I think what we'll do is just squeeze them and just weld ends shut, and that'll be that. Apparently, so I'm told, these are quite difficult to find. There's two different types. So you've got a big sender roll and a small sender roll. I'm led to believe mine's a small sender roll from looking at pictures. And it's the same size as the old one, so we should be golden. Cool. Right, let's sort them outlets out on that sender. Assemble tank, and let's get it fitted, and then we can run lines, mount pump. Shouldn't actually take that long to do all this fuel system side of things. Then we've got to get throttle pedaling. I don't think throttle pedal's going to be that difficult. I've just got face on with inside at car after last two episodes you see in episode 8 and 9. I got rate mug on with inside at car, so it's exactly how it sits now is exactly as it looked at end of episode 9. No steering wheel in it at the moment. Column's still disconnected, so I do need to put that back in. But to be fair, I've had it in that many times. I know how it all goes like back on my hand now, so I'll get that in once I've done throttle pedal, just so I'm not banging my head on steering wheel. Cool. Anyway, let's do this fuel side. These outlets are no longer needed, really. These are what went to old carburetor, but we're not using them. We're using, obviously, the outlet ports from swirl pot. So just had a bit of a deliberation, a bit of a phone call with Ben, and just decided, you know what, sod it. Rather than bodging 2 bits of pipe on there with bolts in, I'm just going to crimp ends off like that and just weld them up with TIG welder. Like Ben says, it's a bit forever, but am I ever going to use them again? Am I ever going to convert this back to carb? Absolutely not. I'd sooner scrap it. So, sod it. Committed now. I am committed. Connor's panicking because it smells like petrol and he thinks it's going to go bang. I'm going to let him weld it just in case it does. It's not, obviously. No, it's going to happen. It just stinks of petrol because it's sat in it for 30 years.
No petrol in it to explode anyway. It'll just go bang.
No, it'll happen. Nothing will happen at all. I'm telling you now. Absolutely. Drama. Nothing will happen. Yeah. Keep it at 90 degrees. It's going to take seconds. Probably 4 pulses and it'll be done.
Not even putting it on 110 either. I'm going to put it down again. Can't pinhole it. It'll either melt away. The only thing I can see it doing is if it has got out inside it, it's not going to weld, is it?
I know what's going to happen. Are you confident, or do you want me to do it? Right, I'll video it for insurance claim if it does blow your head off. Just be careful that it's obviously only just clamped in there, so I don't want to bend it. So start on that top one. It will take next to no. If you press it and it's too much and it starts melting pipe away, just obviously just stop.
I'll tell you what, I'll just put it down.
I'm better off taking pulse off, to be honest. Just go on job 1, or even job 4. It doesn't need to have after things.
36 amps, I reckon. 34 amps. You can do it.
Try it on 30 amps. See what happens. Just literally just walk it across. Easy as that. Drama free. Let's have a look.
It did start to...
Got it though.
Yeah, as
Try and get camera to focus on it.
you could see like it fizzing up on left as it was trying to stay.
I can't get a camera to focus on it, but it's got it. Right, so exact same on that one, but don't melt my plug. So keep your tungsten 90 degrees to it and just literally just walk straight across it. Just exactly like you just did. See, it just melted away a bit on end of that.
that one a little bit harder, but it's on it.
Have a look.
That one literally wear like tinfoil.
Not convinced you've got that end bit. Just run back over it a little bit on that very end, just in case. I don't want any leaks.
Can I just run it down again?
Just try and control your heat whip pedal. So just go rate slow and just try and melt that side again.
What, left? This side?
The left side where it's melted away. Just go over it a tiny little bit. Control the heat whip pedal. That's a lot of heat. That. Not gonna melt. Plug. I know. I mean, you're on it a long time, so time is heat. So even if you're low amps. There's no holes in that sound. Right, we'll cut them pipes off now because they've been on there forever and they're just not going to pull off. So we'll cut them off, change that seal for a new one, get it in tank. These pipes have been on here for 30 years. They're not going to just come off. So we'll get my mate out. I have had a suck on these pipes and they both hold vacuum. So weld's good. Look at that daylight. First time ends of them have seen daylight in 30 odd years. That looks like the day it went in. Cool, so they're both sealed up on inside and we can just leave them open to elements. Nothing will happen now. We'll get this back in his tank. So here, you see what I'm looking at? There is a new outlet. Now we're going to mount pump to boot floor somewhere because I'm running an external 44 pump. So I'll get that out of the car now. We're going to also got to mount original 2 litre TFSI fuel filter because the 2 litre TFSI fuel filter has an inbuilt regulator, so that needs to be after the pump. So we'll get all that mounted to boot floor, run some lines, and fuel system really is that simple. So, as far as I can see anyway, unless I'm missing something, jump in comments if you see what I'm missing, because it seems really that simple to me. 2 litre TFSI runs a high pressure fuel pump that's driven off at camshaft, so the 44 pump's going to feed that just like the original one did. It's pretty simple. So let's have a go through all my box of bits together, see if I'm missing out. So here's 2 litre TFSI fuel filter. I did buy these Torx things what convert from push fit to AN6. Should make a nice job, so I've got enough of them hopefully, let's see. So that one was on there, and there should be another one for the front side, which is there. These are expensive. This little box of fuel bits here cost me a fortune. There's another one for that, so that's this fuel filter all converted to AN6, nice. So fuel filter inlet, fuel filter outlet, guessing that's return, must be. Then I've got a load of AN6 braided fuel line. What else have we got? Guessing this is a fuel pump. I've not even looked in these boxes myself yet, literally since they came, so I hope hopefully they never messed up and sent me the right thing. Looks like a 44 to me. So pump, mounting cradle, and I've got various other little bits and bobs here, little fittings, and that's like a regulator, one-way valve type thing, stop it killing fuel pump. Now when you turn engine off and alt fuel pressure's got nowhere to go, save it coming back through fuel pump and killing it, that's like a bleed off thing. I don't know technical terms for everything. Just gonna zoom this on, guys. You're not missing anything. Just me sat here talking to myself for 10 minutes, just trying to figure out where all these fittings went that I ordered. I did order them about a month ago, so I'm just trying to remember what I ordered them for. Cool, right, I've got everything together now. I've noticed one problem. One problem I've noticed straight away is this press fit thing doesn't work on that filter. This ridge is too far forward. It should be further back for that one to work. Them two are perfect, but for whatever reason that one's different, so I need a different fitting for that. I'm just going to push it on there for the time being anyway. Oh, I've been deliberating where on earth I'm going to mount this pump. It's got to go that way around. I just don't like it sticking down underneath car like that. What I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to come off of this, I'm going to drill an hole into boot floor here, I'm going to sack spare wheel off, and I'm going to mount this internally in boot, and then I'm going to come back out at backside at boot, whip pipe, and run to the front of the car where I'm going to run. That fuel filter's got to be sort of after this, because that's return, and return is on fuel filter. So I need to run fuel filter like underneath car here somewhere. Again, I don't really like it how exposed it is. I ain't got much choice because there's nowhere else for it to go, so it's going to have to go right there. You see floor pan just curves a little bit, it's going to have to go there. So first things first, let's get this mounted in boot, keep it out of arm's way. I'm just thinking for electrical connectors and stuff, if they're underneath they're going to get battered, aren't they, especially at the back of the car there. So it wants to be in boot, let's get it in boot. So this is going to be much better in my opinion. Mount this in spare here. All these cables then can be run nice and neatly out of elements, come straight through here, straight through to the fuel tank. We'll come out here on this side or run it round somewhere like that and then come out on the same side. I might do that, so I might run the pipe round the hole and come back out same side. It's a shame the fuel filter can't go in here as well. Technically it could go in here really. It's just the return line. Return line's got to go to the front of that tank. It's going to mean running two lines. I mean, I suppose it could. Just it'd be nice, because that'd be there at elements as well then. Straight around there, straight into the fuel filter. You know what? I actually might. Do I do that? Decisions. I'm going for it, committed, we're going for it. We're putting pumping in here, we're putting filter at the side of it, and we're going to run return line down to the tank. I don't think it matters where return line is, to be honest. Where filter is, I mean, I don't think it's going to matter. As long as that return line leads to the front of that tank, can't see it making a problem. I'd sooner everything be in boot here, out of arm's way. Out of the elements. We're going for it, we're doing it. I'm committing. Right guys, this has had to come to a halt immediately because I've realised I've done a mess up. The AM fitting's what I've ordered are to suit a plastic Teflon line. Idiot. Oh, that's my fault, I've ordered the wrong ones. I'm using a braided rubber line, so I ordered them well over a month ago. Pointless even emailing them. I may as well just gone outside with 85 quid and just gone chucked it into the wind. Because then I need to order them all again in the right ones, what I need. So I'm going to do that now, and hopefully they're here for Monday. Today is, what day are we on today? Today is, I don't even know, is it Wednesday, Thursday? Today's Wednesday. I've got Monday booked free for me to have a full day on this Escort. Hopefully if I order them this second, they come for Monday. Then we're still game for filming this on Monday. And not like that, I want to get it done, so. Right, what a plonker. I'm going to order the right ones now. Idiot. I'm going to have to make a little bit of a reducer. The tank outlet is bigger than the AN6 pipe what I'm using. So I'm just going to get a bit of brass, just because brass is nice to work with, and I'm just going to make a little reducer for it. A little bit off subject, but absolutely obliterated my phone. Just currently backing data up. I've got a new one coming today. Not good. My screen teetotal. Anyway, let's get on with this Escort. So here's the little brass thing what I've just made. The tank outlet for some reason is ginormous. compared to the pipe inlet into my fuel pump. So I'm running 8mm barbs, which is even slightly bigger than the standard one. So you think 2 litre TFSIs, they run really small plastic nylon tubes. So the outlet on tank is like massive, and that's the size we're going down to. So what I'm doing is going to link a piece of rubber pipe off the outlet onto that, and I'm going to come off of that, and you'll see I'm going to come through boot floor onto my pump. Now you'll notice that there's no, on this end I did put like a little ridge to stop pipe slipping off. On this end, I'm going to be completely honest, I forgot. I'm there going bzz, bzz, taking it off, and I just thought, you idiot, you haven't put a barb on it. But there's no barb on tank neither. This end is low pressure, so there's no, essentially the fuel pump is sucking fuel out of the tank. There's absolutely zero pressure there. Only time there needs to be good secure fittings is after the pump, because the pump, think that the pump's sucking out of the tank and it's pushing it down them lines. So when it's pushing it, that's when you need to have like your things here. You need to have AM fittings or whatever, something that can't stop it blowing, something that stops the rubber blowing off under pressure. So it won't matter that there's no barb on that. So here's my pile of bits. Ignore that one because that's useless. Fuel filter, I'm going to P-clip that straight to the floor. Yeah, bolt it straight through the floor. Couple of fittings here. 90 degree, I'm just going to show you. So first things first, let me get this bolted through the floor. Pen. I'm using these AN fittings because I've used them before, I like them. To join this, I've just put that one on there, tightened it down, fit nice, good. Let's get cool, get a bit of tape. Bum, bum, bam. Put that at the end of that, what the tape is, just hold it together while you put it in there, and then I can peel the tape off. Sweet, let's cut that one out. Grinder makes light work of that. Spanners. Right, what else we got? Take the fitting off. Put a little bit of engine on, just make sure I can. A little bit of engine oil around this to help it slip in. If I'm doing this wrong, scream at me. I think this is how you do it. A little bit of oil on them.
Messaging over the weekend about a Mercedes CLA.
Is it a repair?
Yeah, that one.
They just want a day, don't they? So I'll give you a day.
Yeah, he reckons if you can do this Thursday or Friday, because it's not there.
It takes quite a lot of pressure. You're not going to be able to see it, but there's like a stop on inside. You've got to shove pipe all the way in there, so it does take quite a lot of pressure. Still got to go a bit more. Right, you're not able to see it, I don't think. Let me get light, maybe you can. Can you see it? I doubt it. But pipe's all the way up to stop on inside of that. Now I'm going to put a little bit of oil on inside of pipe. It's like this taper fit, so that taper pushes inside the rubber pipe, and as you tighten it, it creates an airtight seal. Rated to something ridiculous, I can't remember what it were, like 10,000 PSI I think it were or something, which is insane. They're more than enough for that. Now it does say on instructions not to over tighten it, it tells you a little gap. So this one's tight, you see I've still got a gap there, it tells you to leave that gap. So let's do as instructions say. can kind of feel it because it starts spinning rubber pipe when you get so far. There we go, I'm going to cut that bit of tape off now with Stanley blade. And that should be a good seal, I think. Soon find out, ain't we? Them clips I ordered were massive, they were no good. Just ordered some more. And they're more like it. Are they? 8 to 12, perfect. Nice fit on that pipe, lovely jubbly. So I'm just going to cut that down to, right, well I'm going to get rid of all that fluffy bit off the end, I'm going to cut that, get a nice fit on it, I'm going to put it on there, jubilee clip it on, and then I'm going to send car up and we're going to route it nicely to tank. Yeah, not hurt it. That's going to want some glue back on it again now, but the rubber will stop it rubbing on it, so that'll be good. Cool. Still waiting on 180-degree one of them to turn up, praying it turns up today. I'm also waiting on a fitting for that, but I can use this one as a temporary solution. So these push fittings fit on these original snap fit on fuel filter, but I ordered the wrong one, so I've ordered another one which I'm hoping is going to be right, and it's not an AM fitting, it's a barb fitting. I couldn't seem to find the right AM one, which I don't really like, but again, beggars can't be choosers, I can only do what I can find. So we're ready to go up in air now. That one's done, just dangling underneath. That's that into inlet at fuel filter, that's outlet fuel filter. Now I am waiting on a 180-degree turn to show up, which is also an AM fitting, which I'll connect that to that, so I've just put it roughly there for a minute. I am waiting for a barb fitting to turn up for that, so I've just shoved that onto there for a minute. They're just temporary, but we can still get pipes routed while we're waiting, so we're not stood about doing no. Yeah, all good clean out in here soon, but for a minute, I think we'll gather all those tools up now, send car up in air, and let's route these pipes. I must really remember which one's which. So that one is at the front of the car, that one's return line, that one's inlet to the tank. So let's not get these mixed up, that will ruin. This is what I'm saying to you, look, this one, I don't know if you can see it for all these pipes, this one is massive compared to the pipe what we're using. The pipe would almost fit inside it. That's why this comes in. So, which way do we have this other day? I'm not even sure if this piece of rubber hose is petrol safe yet, but it'll do for a minute just to mop up. Let's get a clip on it. Post had just been, brought me some goodies, brought me the 180, and also Every's just been and brought me this little one. Praying this is my straights. Oh, it's looking good. Looking like it actually is my straights. I'm gonna be happy if it is, because then I can get this finished today. Well, buzzing. Absolutely buzzing. Yeah. So, these are all the wrong ones what I ordered. I've now got the correct ones. And we can get this all plumbed up pretty much today, apart from I'm missing them snap fits. But it'll be 10 minutes away from being done. I am proper lucky, because this pipe, I ordered 4 meters of it and it is only just long enough. The time I've rerouted it and clipped it into that clip there, it will only just be long enough to go to the fuel rail pipe here. I couldn't have measured that any better or got any luckier. I can't really do it anywhere else. So that is it, is literally it. Put that on there, clamp it on, and that is literally fuel line done. That was quick, wasn't it? Let me just get a clip for that. I don't know why I'm tightening everything up, because it's all got to come back out. I guess I'm just making sure everything works. Because when I put this back in, I want it to go back in quick. I'm happy with that. I think that looks good. Don't look a bodge. That looks good. I just need to link evap. So probably not going to get that done today, in all honesty. Just because I can't be bothered to go to hydraulic place. I feel like I should just be getting this clutch. God, I'm still having nightmares about that clutch pedal, guys. Throttle pedal. I feel like I should get that throttle pedal done, just because it's looming over me, lingering over top of me, like I need to get it done. So let's get that done now. Yeah, that's about all I can do with fuel system. Let's get throttle pedal done. Let's do it. Look at that, look, first time it's been on all fours for a while. I'm going to roll it outside, you know. I'm going to roll it off at ramp. I'm going to get it a quick wash, just because I want to make a better thumbnail picture for it, and it's dusty. I'm going to get it outside, I'm going to get it a wash, and then hopefully it's going to make me fall back in love with it again, and I'm going to get this throttle pedal done super quick and put all inside back together.
What an idiot.
So, I were going to roll it outside and wash it, and then I forgot. Good luck steering it, pal. There's no steering wheel on it. Looks like I'm just going to have to dive straight in and get this throttle pedal done. Here's just a little look at the problem I'm facing then. One being, ignore this. It's a horrible mess of a repair from somebody else. I'm hoping to cover most of this with whatever I'm making. I need to make a sort of platform, a plinth. So you can see we've got a bolt hole there. It did used to have some things on bottom which upon removing did get broke, unfortunately, so I'm going to probably sand them off flat and just put one single bolt in bottom of this. And whatever I put in, it'll be absolutely fine. So I need to make some sort of platform that's welded to the car, like a box thing here, and then the pedal's going to bolt to that. It needs to be in right position because we don't want it too high or we don't want it too low like this. So it has got to be right. It is only be a guess, but I think we're just going to aim for something like that. Try and get that there somewhere. How I'm going to do it? Usual procedure, to be honest with you. Cardboard aided design. Get some cardboard, sort of make a little plinth out of cardboard so we're not wasting steel. Get something I'm happy with. Make it in steel, weld it to the floor, bolt that in. I'm hoping it's going to be as easy as that, because this video is probably going to be about an hour long, just like last one. because that bit sticks out, it's going to create a gap. Put a bend on that line. I think I'll bring this bit upwards like that, and then we just got to curl the bottom half of it round, suit bottom bit of that pedal. That's the plan. To be honest, that's a bit big. I wish it was shorter. But if I shave it off, it's going to shape bottom it off, so it can't be. It's going to have to stay as it is. Right, let's get the folder set up. I've had a few of them over the weekend. Somebody messaged me just saying turbo back exhaust. That's it. Literally, that's it. No car details. No no silencer information, tips. Oh, just literally just turbo back exhaust. That's all it says. So I won't crop this bit out of the video if you are watching and listening along as to what we're chitter-chattering about. This is about emails, so the amount of, I'll just pan you up so you can see me, the amount of people that email me on my website and literally give me no information whatsoever. They'll literally, some people just put exhaust, I am not joking you, they'll email me, they won't put a reg, they won't put a vehicle, they won't tell me anything they want, they'll just put exhaust. So yeah, I had one this weekend. If this is you, I'm not even sorry. If this is you, I'm not even sorry. So basically over the weekend I had another one. Somebody emailed me through my online website thing, they just left the registration bit blank, which is bizarre to me, and literally just put, like in the comments box, turbo back exhaust. Come on mate, what is it, forklift? Like a Lamborghini Urus, a Ford Fiesta, Corsa? Come on mate, here's a clue. So if you are watching this and you do want a quote on your car and you are going to email me on my website, please, please, please use your brain and just put what vehicle you've got. I mean, you don't have to give me those precise details, I'm happy to work with people and talk through it, but as a bare minimum, I need to know what car you've got. There's so many things out there, so make sure you put your car on there and a rough description. If you know what you want, say, right, I want turbo back exhaust, I want it quite loud, so put me just one box in it. I want twin exit conversion up back, or twin tips, I want black tips, I want carbon tips. Come on guys, help me out here. Help me out, so tell me all the information if you are going to ask for a quote. Anyway, rant over. Back to making my throttle pedal plate. I've just put a little bend in that. That's sorted that. Now I need to curve the bottom half of it round to suit bottom shape at pedal, and then we're going to probably drill this, put one 10mm bolt in it. That'll just hold it in place. Where I want it then. I want tops of that to be sort of roughly just a little bit higher than them. So I want that to be about there. Looks like about right to me, doesn't it? Looks like, yeah, when you press it, it's a bit high. I mean, on Leon it would have been more like that. So it's kind of like at a steeper angle, but I can't really get around. Why don't you space it out a little bit then? I can't really get around that all that much. I could take.
Can't you just put a little spacer on bottom?
Yeah, but then it's going to sit higher in it, so when your carpet's down, there's going to be a step up to your throttle pedal. Does that make sense? So your foot's going to have to be raised, innit? Really, you want this level with your carpet-ish, don't you? I think that's good there. Just put some marks on below. Once I've got a mark where I want it to sit, I'll just take throttle pedal out of that equation. Like that, and then I know what I've got to do to box it in. Basically that, I just need to make something now what
goes on sides,
boxes that in really, weld it to the floor, put my stud on it.
Weld to that horrible rusty mess.
Yeah, I'm going to cover that horrible rusty mess before I'm going to try. That broke me heart when I saw that, it still breaks my heart now. In fact, and even coming in here annoys me just after all that clutch fiasco. I've just been practicing some DMO shifts. I've just been pressing clutch rate harder, like I'm going to shift it rate harder. It feels good. That's what I'm worried about, how stiff clutches. I'm thinking, am I going to be able to fucking win an officially gas race if clutch is rate stiff? It feels alright. It feels
still
decent.
don't know if it pushes it down enough yet, though, do we?
It will. It will. I'm telling you, I want to go on this officially gas drag race because it's mint. I can't get enough of that series.
You have to start tagging me.
Can't get enough of that series. I'm loving it. Right, let's. I need a bit of cardboard design again. No, we can turn that off actually. This is going to be really hard trying to get this floor contour. I'm gonna have to do it in like little sections and then tape it all together for the final product. Throttle pedal's got to be level, otherwise it'll be well annoying. I ain't got enough hands. I ain't got enough hands to hold that. And that, can you hold that cardboard there, like press it up against that metal? There's one bit.
Yeah, then I'd cut it out, get some masking tape. I don't know what sound system sounds like in here.
Terrible.
I don't think so.
Terrible.
Got all them speakers in it.
Yeah, but they're like fly speakers from the 90s. They probably sound terrible. It probably would have been alright when it had subwoofer in it, but we are not about that life. It will not even have a passenger seat in it by the time I've done. Not about sub life, tell you that. That's not bad, except that needs to have a taper to it.
It's going to be very hard to get bending that.
It's so hard, I ain't got enough hands. Literally, I've not got enough hands to like hold it all. People watching are thinking, what are you doing? Just can't do it.
You have to like tape it to that.
I literally just can't get it to stay, look. You can see what I'm trying to do, though, can't you? I'm like trying to make a rim that goes around it. It might have to be done in sections. I wanted this all in one piece, but come to think of it, you're not going to be able to get it all in one piece, are you? Because there's going to have to be a bit that goes round there, round there, round there. I think I'm going to have to do this in sections, aren't I? It probably would be easier to work in steel than it would be cardboard at this point. Because I can kind of trim it as I go. That's what I'm after, look like that. Then I need next bit up. Right, the end bit just wants to be more pointy. More pointy on that end bit there. I could do a mark.
A mark.
Hold on, let's just take this over to Vice. Let's take this to Vice. I've got a plan. An idea. A bit more point on it, so copy that. That's the first bit. I think tack this up with TIG, bend it round, shape it with flap disc. Just keep going as we go. Let's do that. I'm just going to tack this up with TIG, or Connor's going to tack it anyway. A bit more seat time for Connor. All practice is good practice. We're going to tack it, move it around. We're going to tack it up and then we're going to like shape it round, and I'm going to shape it with linear just because it's easier. So I'll just get it in position for Connor and he's going to tack it up. Just usual, just like stainless. Do it on 60 amps. It welds a bit different to stainless, so it'll merge in quite easy. Yeah, gas on. Easy. Get another one up this corner here. Sweet. That's tacked in there. I'm hoping. Just
Bends round.
hoping it just bends round just like that.
That'll force the beautiful line over. It might
keep it round and then we'll just shape it a little bit as we go. Oh my god, that is so good. That is nice. Bit of a tap. Bit of a love tap. That is just too perfect. Right, get a tack in that corner there, just after that bend. Just pan the camera down. Got it? Just make sure we're right. Yep. Right, and now another one. Right in. Another one like there somewhere. My finger's going to cop it there. Let me do that. Look, can you get in at that? That'll do us. Cool. Right, we've got to build this up in sections, and then we'll just do a nice job of welding it up. So we'll get this next bit now. Cardboard again. This corner, and we are very long at back here, so we do need to shave that. 2 little adjustments. Both of them are relatively minor, so let's get that bit right first, so it's not all bouncing all over. Let's shave that right. So, throttle pedal's got to sit level or it will drive me insane. I'm like OCD to death with like that. Gotta sit level. So it needs to sit like that. So that one's taking out there in that corner. I'm going to leave that back one for a minute. I'm just going to do the front bit first, get that contour to the floor right. Oh, she'll do. Right, pedal looks level to me. Yeah, she'll do. I think pedal is a little bit high. I think it might be a bit high, me. Yeah, so when your carpet's down, you have got that sound deadening and that. I don't think it's as high as you think. And you've got your floor mat. I'll put a fucking floor plate. I'll put a floor step in if I have to. The only thing I'm thinking is, one thing I can tell, I think anyways, it's further forward than what it is on Leon. So throttle pedals on Leon's and that, it's always further back like that. Like no rating back. I haven't really got that option on this. Because at wheel arch, I don't really want to take any wheel. I could do it C, you know, so I can't really see how it feels, you know, until you're there.
Put line set up in this seat as if you would have been sat here.
So, hard to say, but I think your accelerator pedal's just going to be like here, isn't it?
Yeah.
That speaker shouldn't be a problem. It's going to be like there, like that. It's hard to tell. I don't think it'll be an issue. I think it'll be alright. It's just, I know it's at a steeper angle than what it used to be in Leon. As long as you can. We have to just wing it. Yeah. It's all just moving all over. Every time I try and put my foot on, it's just moving. So let's just wing it, sod it. So what I'm doing is just nitpicking way, bits by bits at this contour here, trying to get it perfect. Because I want it absolutely spot on. What I might do is I might put a dimple die or two in this. Oh, get that camera in there, look. Oof, let me lift him in. Oof. Check it out, that is not bad. Just need a little bit more work in this bottom bit here to get it right. Other than that, that is looking sweet as. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple of gussets on this bit. All this is just a bolt. Doesn't affect brake pedal, we're miles away from that. I just want that a little bit more straighter. A little bit straighter, and then yeah, we'll get a gusset or two on that for where the bolt goes. Get an hole drilled in this and I'll put a nut and I'll tack the nut on bottom side so the bolt just goes through, and that's that. I'll let Connor tig all this up and we'll get it welded into the car. We're almost there. Right, bear with me a minute, let me just nitpick at this a little bit more because I want this contour perfect. Absolutely sound as a pound. Spot on. So it's not going to get welded all the way around. There'll be like probably an inch of weld here, Just pan you down a bit, an inch of weld here, probably an inch of weld up front. All it is a platform. We're going to put some like gussets on the back side, a few gussets on this top bit where it bolts. I'm not going to bother profiling all down this side and all, I just can't be bothered. It doesn't need it. All this is just a platform for that throttle pedal to sit on, that's it, nothing more. So it doesn't need to be out more than that. That'll be absolutely perfect. We're going to tidy that shape up a little bit, make it look pretty. Let Connor weld around edges of that. Sorted. Right. Cut to when it's all profiled. That is really good. Like that, like you can bend that rate easy, but when it's got dimple dies in like that, you can't hardly bend it. This could probably do with 2 in it, to be honest with you. Might put 2 in it. You'll see it in a lot of like battery trays and foot supports and stuff like that. Yeah, where's drill gone? So that'll be strong as hell now, all dimple dyed up. Connor's just going to weld it. I'm going to put a couple of gussets on back, see how it goes. Here's how it's going to look. I'm going to put a couple of gussets up that back now. Nice and strong. Get that welded into the car and that's job done. There it is, all strengthened up. So when that's on floor now, it won't bend as we press it pedal, because I'm not going to profile all this side, I can't bother, don't need it. It's not pretty because it is mild steel. But one thing I will say is it's light, which is key. I want to save as much weight as I possibly can, so it's strong but it's light. That's what the dimple dies do. If you're wondering what on earth them holes are, it's called a dimple die. I mean, you can Google it. What it does is it just adds strength to a flat plate by putting that ridge on it, and it works absolutely wonders. So, although this is only made out of thin stuff, it's really light, but it's really, really strong. Now I need to get this in car. Now I'm going to have to make this quick because I am running out of memory card. Nearly tripped up ramp. I am running out of memory card space on my camera, and I'm hoping to get this done today because I'm so busy with all your guys' cars, I'm struggling to get time to do my own. So that fits in there now. Issue we're having is the floor, obviously where it were rotten before, is actually quite bad condition. So we're going to have to just do what we can, get it in there as good as we can, and hope for the best. I'm just going to cut to this now. I'm going to get it all cleaned up, and then I'll probably get it welded in, and I'll bring you back again, show you, get a quick lick of black paint, get carpet cut around it, and bosh, done.
Make sure you don't set carpet on fire at all.
Yeah. I'm going to try. Are we on fire?
Horrible here where it's all rough. There's notes to weld too.
Joking.
It's like paper. Wait, did you see where I tacked it up at wheel arch first time?
Nope.
Right on inside at wheel arch.
Wait there. Good fella.
Whoa, you've got fire.
Get it out then.
Oh no, wait, no. Is that fire? I can't tell because, you know...
How can you not tell if it's on fire?
Because I can't see. If you come here, look, I'll show you exactly why I can't see. Because it's
Sink the car up a bit.
There's a wall. There's a wall separating. The only way I can see into where you are is a tiny little hole.
I just get airline blower ready and cool it down now then. Just...
The only thing I can see is glow. It's glowing orange to a tiny little hole.
Hang on, hang on.
Oh, you burnt through, I think. Have you burnt through there?
No. Just tack that corner in.
Now I can see.
Hey, that's
Just close to burning through though, yeah.
Alright, next bit, there's no fucking metal anywhere that's any good. I'm going to try and get some down here.
Bit I can't see.
This is on floor now, not in wheel arch.
Yeah, I know, that's the bit I can't see.
Am I on fire in here, Carl? I can't see.
No.
Right, I'm going to do a little bit of cooling down all up.
There's not going to be a lot of welding in here because there ain't no metal to weld through.
Welding cardboard.
I'm welding rust.
Welding cardboard.
I can smell burning like crazy me.
No
fire down here.
All I can smell is burning.
Yeah, because there's bare smoke coming out from where you are, but none here. We'll have a look, all look. You need to get airline blower in there for a minute.
Got the fire spotter.
Yeah, there's no smoke down here, but there's
Looks like he's gonna sleep to me.
Tons of smoke coming in car.
Looks like he's gonna sleep.
Carbon monoxide poisoning, that's what I'll be getting.
Interesting.
Right, welcome to working on an old Ford. So down here, not bad, nice bit of weld there, nice bit of weld there, but here at front, no chance. There's no metal to weld to. It's just a terrible repair. It's just full of rust and grime and crap, and it's just not happening. So plan is now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut carpet to shape, and then what I'll do is I'll just just get a bit of seam. I mean, it's solid. That pedal is solid now. That is not going anywhere. Run a bit of seam seal around this just to pretty it up a little bit. Cut carpet to shape. Bolt pedaling. It's not amazing, but look at what I'm working with. Look at what I'm working with. If I had good metal, I can do a good job, but I haven't, so. Pedal now. We'll bolt onto there like that. Line up with them studs, it'll bolt there. It is a bit of a steeper angle than what it would have been on an original donor car, but that looks good to me. Once that carpet's cut around that, I reckon, beautiful. Let's trim that carpet now. Four-year-old's done it, but literally does look like a 4-year-old's done it. It's like my young one's done it. It's like Carl did it with them scissors that day when he couldn't clip that stuff.
If anyone asks, Carl did it.
Yeah, just blame Carl. Carl did it. It's a bit rough, isn't it? But
It's respectable, isn't it?
right. Oh, we have clutch. We have throttle.
Sweet. He wishes.
See me now, officially gas start line for drag race like that.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Right, that's done. Done and dusted. Throttle pedals in. I think that's it, innit? What I've got done in this video, I've got fuel system done. Minus a couple of things, but because I'm short on parts. I've got throttle pedal in. What is next now? Next is engine needs to come back out. We're going to put a clutch in it. I think I'm going to put a cheeky diff in it. Question for you lot. So, obviously, Quaife, whatever, have been around for years. They're 900 quid. But I can get a blackline one, which I run it Volvo, by the way, which is absolutely fine. I can get a blackline one for a lot cheaper than that. Is anybody running a blackline limited slip diff on an O2M gearbox and can give me some feedback? Is it good? Is it going to be worth money? Because this is going to need a diff. It's gonna need one. It's gonna be a one tyre fire if not. So anyone running a black line diff in an O2M box, let me know, is it any good? And poof, just like that, all interiors back in. Now you might remember in one of my videos I was saying about I was gonna make a centre console to make it all nice and neat. Well, check this out. Woo-wee! Managed to get an original one to fit in, and not only that, boing! Even got original Ford gear gator on. I'm sacking FR off, despite some people saying no, keep it, it's character. No way, that's good. Even the original Ford gear knob fits on. Just wants, it's a little bit baggy. it just wants sealing on there. I'm going to shorten it down a little bit. Redneck short shifter, just throw a little bit shorter. So the lower it is, shorter distance you've got to move it. So I'm going to lower it down a little bit. I'm going to tiger seal this on. Absolutely buzzing. How much work have I just saved myself there? I'm an idiot, really. I'm still new to this YouTube business. Absolutely kicking myself. I should have filmed all that and me trimming all that down to get it in, but oh well. To be honest, I didn't plan on doing it. I'm just waiting for Connor to weld something up, and I'm here just nitpicking about, messing around. Next thing, before you know it, I'm cutting, I'm chopping, and all centre consoles in, all while I'm just waiting for Connor. I'm absolutely chuffed to death with that. So now I haven't got to make a new centre console. I've managed to get all the original one of a 6-speed shifter. Yes, these screws here might be a little bit of an eyesore, but come on, this is a retrofit. And I've had to cut a little bit of tray out there to clear a 6-speed shifter. Other than that, tell me that does not look amazing. Anyway, we're going to finish it there, guys. I do appreciate you watching. Please hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one.